In a few months, I'll be 30 years old. And for the first time, I'm thinking about putting down roots. So I ask myself, what makes a good home? Since 1970, the average house size in the United States has doubled. But for some people, bigger isn't necessarily better. I heard about these people who live in tiny houses, and I wanted to know more.
You know, I guess the primary asset that comes with a small house is freedom. It's really just, the world gets a lot bigger when you're living small, because I can afford to do a lot more things now in terms of both cash and time.
Visiting other small homes inspired me to simplify my own life. I set out to build a tiny house and establish a place in the mountains.
Drill bit, hangers.
What are you most worried about with the tiny house?
Well, I'm really worried about finishing the tiny house.
This project is harder than I expected. I've never built anything before.
I don't know yet if I can live with Christopher in a tiny house.
But I think it will be worth it.
The interesting thing about the tiny house movement is whether we can turn it into an innovation. We don't all have to give up all our material possessions and live in 89 square feet, but let's think about maybe giving up our McMansions and building a little smarter.